Hi everybody, in today's video I'm going to bring you along with me to pick up my new G63. I'm super excited, so let's not waste any time. I just have to quickly stop by the bank, pick up a bank draft worth a stupid amount of money, and then drive about an hour to this dealership. It is a little bit far, but I've been waiting for this spec for a long time. It's very specific, so I'm really looking forward to showing you guys. I've got my C43 behind me right now. I'm actually trading that in, and yeah, without further ado, let's get out of here. All right, mission accomplished, got the bank draft, and I'm now on my way to the dealer. I'll update you guys when I get there. Anybody from the Greater Toronto area knows the struggle here. I'm just absolutely crawling in traffic on the 401, so I might as well give you guys a little breakdown of why I'm doing this. The current vehicle that I'm driving is a Mercedes AMG C63. It's been great. I've loved it the entire time I've had it. I've had it for like 2 or 3 years, something like that. To be quite honest, I'm just bored. I would just like a different experience. I've had no issues with this car at all, and it's been very good to me. But it's time for a change. Now, I'm not big on spending money, to be quite honest. I don't really buy much of anything. My one guilty pleasure really is watches. I love watches so much. I've always had a love for cars, but not to the extent that you see like some other people on YouTube and Instagram, especially in the trading space. All these guys just obsess over supercars, and it's just a constant pissing contest of who has the most expensive supercar. Or now we're getting into hypercars, I guess. But you know what? I would prefer to buy property and, develop land and stuff like that. Or at least just take cooler trips and have cooler experiences, I definitely will have some cool cars at some point, but not to that extent. So yeah, I don't really spend money on too many things. I don't have like designer clothing. I like nice things, but I don't give in to hype. But this G63 has been on my mind for quite some time. And I'll be honest, I'm a little bit excited today, but I don't really feel much. If I had to guess, that's probably because I owned this vehicle in my own mind a long time ago. And so I've already been through the emotions of what it would be like to feel it, to drive it. I'm not like super giddy right now like a child on Christmas morning, I am excited and I'm super grateful, and I'm really looking forward to showing you guys this spec because it is so special. Anybody who knows anything about G-Wagons knows that they hold their value really, really well, more so than most other vehicles on the market, but the spec is really important. If it's just super basic choices on the vehicle, then it doesn't really hold its value the same way as it would if it had all the upgraded packages, such as the interior and a lot of the exterior packages, the trim, stuff like that. So this spec is very special. I've been waiting to pull the trigger for a long time because I came across a bunch and they just weren't quite right. But as soon as I saw this one, I was like, okay, I gotta go for it. So I'm gonna stop rambling now. I'll turn off the camera while I just crawl here in traffic. And eventually I'll get to this place and I'll get to show you guys what I'm talking about. Come back for you soon, don't worry.
You want me to turn it on?
Sure, bro, yeah.
You got the keys on you? Oh, here, I'll show you something cool.
That's wild, dude.
Like every single hinge, everything is all replaced from factory.
I'm so grateful I get to see this. That's so cool.
I am too, honestly. I work in the business, but it's a once in a decade, maybe once in a lifetime car that you see.
What a
You'll
treat.
see other singers, but the first of the first is always rare, right?
Yeah. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh.
Even just the type of, like the way the door closes,
Yeah,
it's like the G-Wagon.
it reminds me of the G-Wagon, yeah. So sick. Saying goodbye to the C43 and hello to the G63. had to pull over just to appreciate this thing again, man. Wow. Crazy. Let me show you guys the interior. I'll do a more detailed walkthrough when I get home. But man, look at this. So sick with the diamond stitching. We got carbon fiber trim too. Love it. Alright, let's get home. I got a long drive ahead. Just pulled over for a coffee and a muffin from Tim Hortons. I've been stuck in traffic for quite some time, so I needed a little pick me up. Give me a minute and I'll give you guys some first impressions of this vehicle. While I have the window open, listen to this exhaust. I hope you can hear it on the camera. Oof. Just gurgles. I left the house at like 1 o'clock today. It's already 5:37, but I've got my Timbs, got my bagel, making a mess in the G-Wagon already. God, it's just piping hot. Why did they make it like this? So while I'm stuck here in traffic, let me give you my first driving impressions. For any of you who are wanting a G-Wagon someday, like I'm sure many of you have, I watched tons of YouTube videos on G-Wagons. So far, I am in love with this thing. I feel like I'm on a cloud. It is so much smoother than I expected. And for some reason, everybody says, oh, the G-Wagons are so loud because of the angle of the windshield. It is perfectly quiet in here, just like any other vehicle. It's incredible. The only thing that is loud is the exhaust, which is exactly how it should be. And it feels so capable. And I'm at the same level as trucks now, which is nice. I missed that. I had 2 trucks prior to having my Mercedes AMG C63 that I just traded in for this. I had 2 Dodge Rams prior to that. This is a bit of a nostalgic feeling, but with such a different touch of elegance and class. I love it. I'm feeling very grateful. Very, very grateful. Again, like I said before, not overly excited, not surprised in any way. This was a reality in my mind well before I actually made it happen. Now, this isn't a channel for spirituality, but I do believe that manifestation is real. I do believe our brains hold incredible power. And I think that visualizing things that you want and want to experience isn't enough. You have to actually take action as well, obviously. But I think it is important practice to visualize what you want out of your life, the things you want to have, the things you want to experience, the things you want to do. I think it's important to daydream, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because dreams become reality if you really put effort into them. Now, speaking of visualization, I was kind of reminiscing on this on the way to the dealer to pick up this vehicle. Many years ago, when I was still in the construction industry, working as a carpenter, running a residential carpentry business, I was making decent money, maybe like 120K a year, but somehow it just was never enough. I was just basically paycheck to paycheck. You guys know how it is. Whenever there's a little bit of extra, something happens, your car breaks down, a tool breaks down, you got to replace it. Some mistake happens on a job site and you have to cover it. There are endless possibilities of where the extra money goes to. But for some reason, it was just so hard to really stack money and prosper above and beyond living expenses. And so I was just reminiscing on back in those days when I would just come home from a long day of work and I'd be like scrolling on Instagram or something. And I would see people driving a G-Wagon or some other luxury vehicle or having nice watches, you know. And I remember seeing in the comments, and it's still like this to this day, if you go in any comment section of a post like that, you're going to see so much hate, so much negativity, so much pessimism. People who aren't doing anything with their lives always have something bad to say. But I would look at those posts and feel nothing but motivation. It would light such a fire under my ass because I'd always think to myself, okay, if this guy's the same age as me, you know, he's able-bodied just like I am. I have a half-decent brain. Like, if he can do it, why can't I do it? If this dude's driving a G-Wagon, why can't I drive a G-Wagon? If this guy can have a collection of Rolexes, why can't I? What's so difficult about that, you know? Now, not to say that materialism is the goal. I'm not a materialistic guy at all, really, but it is still nice to have nice things. And even more so than that, it's nice to be able to have those nice things. Like for me, it was never the fact that this guy on Instagram had like a $30,000 watch. It's not about the watch necessarily. It's how does this dude have an extra $30,000 to just spend above and beyond expenses? What is this guy doing with his life that I'm not doing? I need to set things up better for myself. So it's crazy thinking back to how I used to look at posts like that, and now I'm sitting in the seat of a vehicle I once dreamt of. Not that it's the biggest deal in the world, like this is like entry level in luxury vehicles, but it's pretty cool to me. Like I said before, I don't really spend a lot of money on things, so this is a pretty cool upgrade from my previous C43. But if you guys are watching this, visualizing your dream car or your dream watch or your dream house, dream vacation, whatever the hell it might be, if it seems far away now, that doesn't mean it's not possible. You have to reverse engineer the goal, break it down into steps of how to achieve that goal, and then just work towards it. For me, I've achieved a lot of my goals through trading and business. That might not be the case for everybody. I know most people watching this channel are traders, but even if you have like a 9-to-5 job, there are so many ways to be efficient with your time outside of that job in terms of setting up some sort of side hustle, even if it's just buying and selling things in your free time. There's so much money to be made with even just that. Or simply growing an investment portfolio, or maybe it's quitting that full-time job and going full force with a business idea, or going full-time in trading. Whatever the case may be, let me tell you, it's possible. If I can do it, you can do it. And I haven't even done anything yet. I'm just at the tip of the iceberg here. But I have accomplished a lot of goals that I've set out for myself. The version of myself from 5 years ago, I think would be really proud of who I've become today, both in terms of financial success and also moral improvements, character development. I think those are often overlooked. People are just focusing on material things when in reality, all the work you do on yourself in order to obtain those material things, that's the real goal. Now here I am talking like some sort of stoic fucking internet guru. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm mostly winging it, to be honest. But I'm determined. When I want something, I don't give up. I'm not a quitter. I'm not afraid of people thinking that I'm crazy for the goals that I set out for myself, and I'm okay with putting up with a lot of shit until I reach my goals. And I would encourage you to have a similar attitude. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. You don't have to listen to a word I'm saying. But if you want to achieve anything in life other than mediocrity, then you need to be able to tune people out. Even if it's your parents or your friends or other family members, you got to follow your heart, follow your gut, follow your intuition, and do what you know you have to do. I've been trading for like 7 years. I've ran a physical business for over 10 years, an online business for about 3.5 years, something like that. I've learned so many lessons throughout all of those endeavors, and all I can do from those experiences is share them and hope that somebody finds value in it. Also, on the topic of materialism, none of this shit matters, you know? Watches, they're cool. Yeah, cars, they're cool. But none of it matters at the end of the day. What matters is your health, and if you're happy with your life, and taking care of those who are around you. Material things are just like a nice little trophy. It's like a milestone of success, basically. Every watch that I've purchased, for example, comes after hitting some sort of milestone, whether it be financial or some sort of business milestone or some trading milestone. I go celebrate by purchasing something I've had my eye on for a while, and I do that because every time I'm looking at that thing, whatever it is, I'm reminded of what I accomplished. This watch, for example, it's a Rolex Datejust. I bought it years ago, and it was my first proper watch. And at the time, I think it was like 15K, 15 and a half, something like that. And that was a big deal for me at that time. It was a little scary, but I knew I could afford it comfortably. I worked my ass off to get to that point. It was when my trading was like really taking off all of a sudden, and it was just a nice little treat to myself. And now every time I look at my wrist when I'm wearing this watch, I'm reminded of how I got out of that 2 to 3 year period of just failing as a trader over and over and over again, and finally started seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And this was just a reward to myself. So material things don't matter. At the end of the day, they're not going to make you happy. I just look at them as a trophy in the trophy case, basically. Something to commemorate getting through a tough time or breaking through to another level. And that's that. If you're basing your entire life on like, oh, when I get a Lamborghini, I'll be happy then, you've got a long journey ahead. Anyways, I hope some of that made sense and brought some value to somebody. I'm just crawling through traffic here, so I might as well ramble a bit, but I'm almost home, and I'll give you guys a better tour of the G63 once I pull into my garage. Finally back home. She's in the garage. Excuse the mess. Gotta do some organizing in here. But let me give you the grand tour. Now, one thing about me is that I absolutely hate chrome. So the coolest part of this spec to me is that it's all black and gray. There's pretty much no chrome except for, of course, that Mercedes emblem right there, and a little bit of chrome on the wheels themselves, as well as the exhaust tips, which I'm probably gonna get blacked out. But other than that, it is all black and gray. Absolutely love the exterior colors. Let me pop open the back. So again, anybody who knows anything about G-Wagons, you know that this is special. This is like a 20K upgrade, especially the carbon package as well. All the carbon trim. The thing about G-Wagons too is you have to absolutely slam the shit out of all of the doors or else they won't close. Again, carbon trim, diamond stitching. Absolutely love this spec. Got the rubber floor mats on this one, which is nice. Yeah, the seats are gorgeous. And they're so comfy too. The back is pretty spacious too, honestly. I was worried because G-Wagons look kind of small in the back, but it's actually quite comfy. I'm 6'2" and I fit comfortably back here. Not a problem. Well, after a long day of driving, I am back where I started, back home. And the G63 is parked where she belongs. Very happy about that. Now I'm gonna go have some dinner and spend some time with my family. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for future content.